Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll be looking into some countries and their language and how to call them in German. If you would recall, when we were learning about introduction, I always said, Ich komme aus Indien. So, India is called as Indian in German language. In a similar manner, we'll look into some more countries. Okay, so the title here is Länder und Sprachen. Länder und Sprachen. Sprachen, as we know, is languages. Länder means countries. Länder is countries. And the singular form, which is one country, is known as Land. Land. Alright. So we will start with Europa, which is Europe. Europa. The first country here is Deutschland. Deutschland. Sprache is Deutsch. So this might be very obvious one, right? Deutschland, nothing but Germany. Germany is called as Deutschland in German, and Deutsch is the language that you are learning, German. So Deutschland, Deutsch. The next one is Frankreich. Frankreich, and the language is Französisch. Französisch. You can, pause the video and guess which countries and which languages I'm talking about. So basically, Frankreich is France and Französisch is the Sprache French. The next one is Österreich. Österreich, and the Sprache is Deutsch. We already know what is Österreich. It is Austria, and Sprache is Deutsch, German. The next one is Schweiz. Schweiz. Sprache is again Deutsch. Schweiz is Switzerland, and the Sprache is Deutsch. So Switzerland has basically 4 official languages. Deutsch is one of them. The next one is Spanien. Spanien. Sprache Spanisch. Spanien. Spanish. Spanien would be Spain. Spanish would be Spanish. Next one, Russland. Russland. Russisch. Russisch. Russland, Russia. Russisch, Russian. Italien. Italian. Italianish. Italianish. Italy, Italian language. The next one is particularly difficult. It is Tschechian. Tschechian, and the Sprache Tschechisch. Tschechisch. Okay, I repeat this again. Tschechian. Tschechisch. Tschechian. Tschechisch, which is nothing but Czech Republic, and the language Czech. The next one is Ägypten. Ägypten. Ägyptisch. Ägyptisch. Egypt and the Egyptian language. The next one is Niederlande. Niederlande. Niederländisch. Niederländisch. Netherlands and the language. Next one is Denmark. Denmark. Danish. Danish. This is not really different than English. Denmark and the language Danish. The next one is Sweden. Sweden. And Sprache Swedish. Swedish. So we have Sweden and the language Swedish. The next one is Poland. Poland and Polnish. Polnish. So the country Poland and the language of Poland, that is Polish. The next one is Ungarn, Ungarn, and the Sprache Ungarisch, Ungarisch, which is Hungary, and the language Hungarian. Next one is Turkey, Turkey, Turkish, Turkish, which is Turkey, and the language Turkish. Großbritannien, Großbritannien, English, English. So Great Britain, English. Now let's move to Americas, which is the North and the South America. First one is Argentinian, Argentinian, Spanish, Argentina, and the language Spanish, Spanish. Brazilian, Brazilian, Portugiesisch, Portugiesisch. So Brazil and the Sprache Portuguese. Canada, Canada, English, English. So Canada, Sprache English. USA, USA, English, English. This is the easiest one, right? Südafrika, Südafrika, Afrikaans, Afrikaans. South Africa, African. ASEAN Pacific. Now we will look into Asia Pacific. ASEAN Pacific. Indian, verschiedene, Indian, verschiedene. So basically, verschiedene means different. So India doesn't have just one language, we have many different languages. So we have said verschiedene, different or multiple. Then we have China, China, Chinesisch, Chinesisch. This is again the easy one, China, Chinese. Next one is Japan, Japan, Japanisch, Japanisch. Again, Japan and Japanese. Indonesian, Indonesian, Malayish, Malayish. Again, this is an easy Indonesia with the language Malayish. The next one is Australian, Australian, English, English. The last one is New Zealand, New Zealand, English, English. Okay, so this is the list of the countries. The most important takeaway from this is please make note of the pronunciations and the umlauts and their spellings. Okay, so you can read this and you can actually make out that okay, this is this country and this is the language. But what is important? Pronunciations is important. So you can go back to the video, pause and practice. Alright, now we have this small box over here which is called Länder, die ein Artikel nehmen. Okay, so before I explain this, let me give you an example in English. The country America, or we say the United States of America. So we give it an article which is the English article the. So in a similar manner, these four countries take these articles or take a specific article in German language. So the countries are die Schweiz, Switzerland. So Schweiz will always take article die. Turkey, Turkey also takes article die. Ukraine, that is Ukraine, which takes article die, and USA, again it takes article die. So this is very important to remember these articles. Of course you will learn articles in detail, but please remember this small box. Alright, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Cheers!